This is Canada, eh? Woohoo! Woohoo! Sweetest camp. At least right now, we're on the road out. There's no going back. We don't even consider that. But we gotta live a little too, right? Look how beautiful. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm alone on the edge of the earth. It's just an outpouring from this heart, this brother's heart, and I needed to reconnect with humanity. Gave me an inoculation of brotherhood in the arm. So hard on yourself. Why you staring at your nothing? Need a hurry. You don't need a hide. Everyone is a little bit scared. Oh my goodness. Like I can get through that way. And maybe around this sea stack the other way. We're hiking to a big sea cave that I saw just about a mile down this coast. As you can see, it's pretty rugged coastline with lots of boulder jumping and some pretty cool sea stacks and cliffs and such. Well, my calculations were a little off. I didn't calculate in a swim here, which I don't feel like doing today. But that is a pretty big and pretty cool sea cave. It looks like it goes deep back in there too. Yeah, not feeling like jumping in the ocean today. Maybe on a hotter day. But I am going to circumnavigate this island tomorrow, so I'll have another chance to maybe pull up here and go check out that cave. Look at these cool Indian paintbrush right here on the coastal cliffs. That is a sea cave to another world. Those are drift logs way up in there. Can you just imagine the force of the ocean to toss those huge logs way up in there? Amazing. Just absolutely amazing to me. shit, guys, look at this. Look at that, guys, a whole hidden beach, whole hidden little corridor. And then, of course, the big sea cave here. That's so cool. If I'd gone a little bit further, just down that side corridor, I would have seen this tunnel, this arch, all the way through this rock, which I couldn't have made it through, but how cool is that? Right now I'm looking for a place to land so I can stretch my legs. It's pretty rugged shoreline. There's some small islands up ahead. There's supposed to be some camps, so we're heading there for now. But this has been just spectacular. So cool. I feel like I'm alone on the edge of the earth. Wow. It's like a double cave. Wow, look at this one, guys. Hear the wave behind me? Yeah, can't go in much further than this. Wow. That was a good one. That was pretty cool, huh? I was getting a little nervous, so I couldn't see where the waves were breaking and sloshing back in there, and I was starting to get a little nervous, so last thing I wanted to do is get pummeled against the wall. And like I'm gonna have to get out here and pull my boat over the drift logs so that I can get to the beach, and we'll worry about launching in the morning. Probably be the same thing, the reverse. Kind of get the boat on the logs, launch it, and then roll it over. Always an adventure. And camp is that way, straight over the logs and into the forest. I'm following this trail through the woods. It's marked by buoys. There's a fishing lure, a buoy, a yellow ribbon, pink ribbon, and an orange buoy. Treasure Beach. Well, I certainly hope so. I certainly hope it's Treasure Beach. It's been quite a hike through the woods to get here, not knowing where I'm going. Huh. Here's another sign to Scoots Beach. Just keep following the pink ribbon or the buoys. Well, Treasure Beach is sounding pretty good. How can I turn down going to Treasure Beach? Oh my goodness. Clam Bay, and there's no visible split, so I'm beginning to think somebody's pulling my clam. Well, there's a whole network of trails, and I'm beginning to think that Treasure Beach is where I left my kayaking camp. I'm a little tired and to hike through the forest so far, not knowing where I'm going. I'm going to be kayaking by there tomorrow. Anyways, heading back to Treasure Beach, which is where my camp is. Another buoy and a long liner buoy and flag. Black buoy. tape. Donut buoy. My lovely camp. And is right out through here is Treasure Beach.
Like what draws you one way or the other?
The what? Yeah, guys, I just had the sweetest camp. Pulled into this beautiful little cove, and it felt really rustic and wild with all the drift logs floating in the water and on the beach. And I navigated that. I was able to pull my kayak up over the logs onto the beach to scout out campsites and see there was plenty. And then two guys came in on sit on top kayaks, and they had their sails up and they were making good time. I was like, looks like, you know, might have some company tonight. These two dudes were cool. They were just good people and gave me an inoculation of brotherhood in the arm, basically. You know what I mean? They gave me a good dose of brotherhood that I haven't had, honestly, for a while. So, the brothers last night. It was so cool. Just meeting these guys, Chris and Mike from Victoria, BC. Definitely friends, kindred spirits. And I don't want to just cruise through this world sightseeing and looking around. I want to meet people and hear their stories, you know. And these guys were truly very cool, genuine souls. And lifetime careers in service work, you know, the police and first responders, and kind of in between right now, contemplating a travel nursing contract in the near future. And dang, there's just so many intriguing things to look at. So yeah, we have a bit of history there, a bit of commonality in how we have served the communities and our values, and definitely in our wilderness ethics and our history through lives. And it was so fun, so genuine to share time with these guys. I kind of gave them their space because I was like, yeah, well, come on up. There's plenty of place to camp and all that. And then kind of let them go to it because I know the work of unloading the boats, and they're on a journey together, you know, soul brothers. And I just didn't want to be intrusive, and I just let them go do their thing, and I did my thing. And along the way, Mike called me down and said, hey man, you want a beer? You know me, he was like, you want a beer? I was like, yeah. Yes, man. And so we gathered around and just enjoyed the sunset across the cove and all the drift logs moving around on the water. And started a fire, had a fire going until the ocean came up around 10:30 or so, maybe 11, and claimed our fire, and then realized we had to move our boats up, and Chris was on that. He grabbed my boat and moved it up higher because we are coming out of the summer solstice, and the tide cycles they're higher. So, and the high tides are generally during the night when you're sleeping, so you need to be extra cautious if you want a good night of sleep before you go to sleep, to make sure everything's in a good place. And we did that, and yeah, just had a really cool night. I sat out, I think, till like 12:30 because I was just like so intrigued by the tides and the way they'd come higher than I had anticipated, and they were knocking the drift logs around. At times it sounded like drums, like indigenous drums to me, the hollow thud of dried timber logs, striking dried timber logs. That thud, it's kind of like a drum thud. And these are indigenous lands too, so I guess it's easy for me to fall into hearing those things and feeling those things. Sometimes I just get on here and ramble along with you guys. It's just an outpouring from this heart, this brother's heart of so much joy and happiness. And I needed to reconnect with humanity last night, and these two brothers showed up and offered that space welcomingly, me beside the fireside with them, and sharing the stories and the camaraderie and the good cheer and spirit of three men on adventures, right? Experiencing very uniquely our own journey, but we're out here sharing this very immense, incredible, wild coastal wilderness and sea kayaking voyages. Check out this arch in the Deer Island group. Cutting all the way like a tunnel through this rocky tongue of the earth, reaching out into the Pacific Ocean. I'm not sure if I should go through it. It's pretty narrow, and a little larger swell coming through could expose some rocks underneath. But I'm gonna watch it for a little while and just kind of read the water depths. If I see any obstacles there. They actually call that the geography under the water is the bathymetry, I think is the way you pronounce it. And that's the topography under the water. Well, it's looking pretty good. Well, we'll see here. Just want to make sure, guys. Oh yes, we can. Oh my, yeah. Woohoo! All right, guys. Woohoo! Heck yeah, beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. What's not to love in this beautiful world? My goodness. It looks like a small tunnel from here, doesn't it? One thing about it is the tide is coming in, so the water is getting deeper over any submersed obstacles. And I haven't really seen any in there that I'm too concerned about. But those waves, the way they come, you know, that's the thing. When you get a little larger swell, it can get a little turbulent in there. So definitely timing it. I might be a little overly cautious, but at the same time, I'd rather be overly cautious. I am by myself on this trip. Not necessarily by choice, but I am the only one who signs up for my trips usually. I probably more because I get the time off. I make the time off happen because I want it just that bad. Yeah, basically we're facing the open ocean. And so these are swells off the open ocean coming in. I'm up an inlet, but they're still coming in off the ocean, and it's about 1.4 meters today. So that's like 4.5, give or take, 4.5 to close to 5 feet of swell coming in. It doesn't look like it, but when it hits the rocks, you can tell. And it's picked up since I went through the tunnel there. So I timed it well. Tide's coming in. The water's getting deeper over any submerged obstacles. What I'm concerned about more is how the water's sloshing through the tunnel there. Because when I went through, I felt it could push me one way or the other. And it's pretty narrow in there. I didn't really want to get pushed up against one side of the wall or the other. I am by myself, so I got to play it safe and smart. Want to. That's how we come back tomorrow, right? And have more of these trips with you guys. But we got to live a little too, right? We got to live too. So yeah, we make our calculated assessments and take our calculated risks, and this actually might be one of them right now. Here we go again. Well, I think we're committing. Okay, that's just a little wave. I think more than anything, it's the narrow tunnel, the stricture of it. and just getting turbulent in here. Oh yeah, a little bit of, get pushed a little side to side there. But cool, woohoo! Yes. Whoa, nice one. Ride that wave out. Woo! Okay. Touring these waters and these islands. Meeting beautiful people. It all feels like home. This is Canada, eh? Beautiful, beautiful place indeed. Land of many surprises. I've spent a lot of time living outside the lines, and when you do that, you spend a lot of time alone too, you know? So it was such a blessing to meet these guys. And I'm kind of pausing here because check out this sea cave. More submerged obstacles to watch for, but look this way. And this one I will not go into. I see a number of submerged rocks, and the way the waves are going in there, I think I'm just gonna chill and watch from the outside here. But I love these caves so much. I think they're so cool. And if you think back to shamanic traditions, this is one of those liminal spaces, the edges, right? Where it's kind of on the periphery of our knowing, and we're intrigued and we want to explore. And so there's so much beauty in cruising along those liminal spaces along the periphery of our awareness of things we've known, to really grow and learn, right? So, hey, I'm just enjoying it. It could be like a portal into the center of the earth that the shamans use. Oh yeah, that was a good way to push me forward. I'll watch that. Yeah, see, that's the thing. If I was in there more, I could have been caught at the wrong time and got pushed in. So I'm glad we saw that together, because again, I want to play it safe. I want to go around. I want to keep exploring and keep sharing this journey with you guys. So yeah, cool. We'll keep it safe together. This world is such a sensual feast. I'm hoping to show you. There they are, the orange and the purple starfish. I could live in either one of those too. I would be doing some cold plunges. I'd have a ladder going off the edge of my dock that I could climb back up easily, and I would be jumping in and woohoo! That was the theme of the talk we shared in last night, is leaving things better than you found them, right? Whatever you're doing, leave things better than you found them. And that, in my heart, is the masculine code of honor, right? In every encounter, every day, in every encounter, it's what we do as men. We leave things better than we found them. That is the golden rule that I think is not being somehow impressed, part of it. And also to be a protector, right? Be a protector of those more vulnerable or less able than yourselves, right? It's a sign of a good, healthy community, is a community that takes care of its people, that honors women and elders and children, and we should all be able to feel safe and secure. The masculine takes care, is a protector, holds vigil, holds protective vigil, and honorable, truthful, respectful, authentic, what I find to be the most valuable masculine trait. Coming in to hone and fine tune our values as protectors, is to get together and talk about these things that are so important and so a part of the fabric and the core of being a man in this world, as I believe. And that was cool last night. I needed that inoculation of the Brotherhood in my arm. It was just a good healthy dose of positive masculine influence and community, right? I always dive off the deep end, I guess, or dive into the deep end. I want to find the best find the juice in this, find the neediest parts of the best of life, and share those with others. So I'm heading off on the water today in really good spirits, feeling really good. I can't say that enough. It just is. That's the healing I'm looking for in this world. That is the healing I'm looking for in this world. And that I wish to be in this world. That is the healing and the change and the restoring, the restoration that I wish to see in this world. So be it. So go do it. Go be it. All right then.